Alright guys, this is probably the biggest review of Godzilla X Kong, the new empire I'm going to take a look at. This is the 4-piece diorama set, Godzilla Evolved versus Shimo. And you can see actual renders of Godzilla Evolved, which we're used to, but now we have a render of Shimo, the original kaiju. And we have a nice image there of King Kong, Godzilla, Godzilla X Kong, the new empire, and then there's some hollow earth crystals and lightning in the background. The other side, you can see exclusive figures, 4-piece bone cage diorama with Godzilla versus Shimo. You can see them both having a duel with Godzilla's atomic breath and Shimo with her frostbite blast. Back of the box says Godzilla and Kong return in an all-new adventure, pitting the almighty Kong and the fearsome Godzilla against a colossal, undiscovered threat hidden within our world, challenging their very existence and our own. Hollow Earth crystal dioramas with the 2-piece bone cage diorama. We have Godzilla Evolved with his atomic breath, and we have Shimo with her frostbite blast. Some assembly is required, so we'll take a few minutes to get this unboxed and assemble everything. Don't go away, there'll be more figure review to be had. Okay, first I just want to talk about this little paper or cardboard diorama, because yeah, I think it's a really cool thing, but obviously for collectors you're not really going to be using this. I mean, you might, but these will not age well, I can guarantee that, but they're really cool that it includes it. Like, as a kid, this is something that I would definitely enjoy, you know, having something for your monsters to interact with, something that looks like it's from the world of the film that they come from, which is really cool. You get this really cool rib cage, you can kind of split it open, maybe Godzilla's bursting through the middle of the rib cage, it's really cool. You got these 2 crystal pieces, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, but that's not really here what you guys came from. I know we all came here to see the kaiju. So let's start off with Shimo. I do like this figure. In fact, I bought this pack for this version of Shimo. I didn't like the regular version. I feel like this one is painted better. But she's got all of these translucent crystals on her back in this kind of navy blue color. And then they sort of briefly dry brushed in sections this lighter blue, the same with this crest around her head, looking really cool. All the scales are nice. I wish it was more metallic, because in the film Shimo has white scales, she does, but it's more like pearlescent. It's white with like little bits of shimmery color mixed in there. For articulation, her head can do a sideways exorcist, can move up and down, and her mouth can open really wide. That's mainly for the frostbite that we'll go into in a few minutes. Her arms can move back and forth, or her legs, sorry. Same with the back legs, they can move back and forth. Well, there is no ankle swivel at the back legs. She does have it at the front legs, so that's really cool. Her tail can rotate all the way around and move up and down, as it is on the same ball joint system that the neck and head were attached to. But all things considered, it's a really nice figure, and now it's time for Frostbite. The Frostbite Blast really completes this figure. You can see Shimo just shooting the Frostbite at the ground, and it just looks really awesome. It's actually one of those pieces that I feel completes the figure. You have the ice kind of building up, foaming over her mouth, and just shooting into this powerful, solid beam of ice, and it looks really cool. But moving on. I did not want the 6-inch Godzilla Evolved. It seems like I still got one. And I feel like this one is slightly better. I'm still not a fan of that weird cut they have between the head and tail, where he's got this really cool translucent red plastic for the dorsal spikes on the back, but then on the head and tail it goes into this really unmatched salmon color. And here it's dark salmon. On the regular release of this figure, it's just straight up salmon. But here he is, looking really cool. That head is really cartoony, but it's decent enough. I love the scooting and how spiky this guy looks. Just looks altogether really nice. Legs do have some wiggly waggly. They can move back and forth. Arms can do the same thing. They can move back and forth, but the spikes here on the elbows kind of get in the way. He looks like he has head articulation, but I don't think it's meant to move. He does obviously have mouth articulation, but that's for the atomic breath that my boy comes with. Just pegs into his mouth. Okay, there we go. We finally got it in. Bumped the camera while we were doing it. But that looks not good. I'm going to be honest, that looks not good. It doesn't look like he's shooting atomic breath. It looks like he's spitting out like a liquid version of nuclear energy. It looks like nuclear saliva or something, or nuclear spit. It does not look like atomic fire. But whatever. It looks cool at least. Like, it looks like he's shooting that atomic breath. Maybe he's shooting it at the Scar King. Yeah, something you can do, I guess, if you want to do it. But, I don't know. I just don't like this figure. I know that this is a painted version, a more painted version, and a cooler alternate version of that 6-inch figure, but it's still not doing it for me. I do not like this version of Godzilla. I prefer to get the Battle Roar version. The Battle Roar version is still way better than this regular 6-inch version, even with the alternate paint. But moving on. All things considered, I think this is a really cool idea of having two figures that are alternately painted from the regular figures. Obviously, you get a couple of dioramas, you get the rib cage, and you get the two Hollow Earth crystals, which are very prominent throughout Hollow Earth in the film. And then obviously you get two kaiju to duke it out with their respective weapons. You got Shimu's Frostbite Blast, which nearly killed Kong, and you got Godzilla's Atomic Breath. You can have them duke it out, or you can recreate the ending of the film where all four kaiju fight in Brazil. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.